What's up, YouTube? The Rain Man here. In this video, I will be talking about the next Hall of Heroes, which will be coming up, which will be opening up this weekend. And if this will load, there we go. Hall of Heroes is going to be the Light Undine. As you can see, it's going to be available from April 7th until April 10th. So you'll be able to run this and be able to get. You'll need 50 pieces to summon one of these. As before with the Hall of Heroes, you got 10 floors. You run each floor one time. And when you complete each floor, you get 25 pieces. So, beating floors 1 and 2, you can summon one. So you should be able to. Shouldn't be too difficult to get one for mid-game players and whatnot, and others up from there. So that's the max you can be able to get will be 5 out of this. So, as with any Hall of Heroes or the Secret Dungeons, it doesn't hurt to run it and get you one. That way you've got it. You don't have to summon it immediately. Just save the pieces, and if it gets a buff later, or if it becomes more, if it adjusts in the arena meta, or like I said, they got World Arena now, so maybe it can be used. So it may be adjusted into the meta there, where a lot of people are using it or whatnot. So maybe you can use it there, or if it gets buffed later. So, but like I said, you can run each floor one time. The most you're going to get is 250 pieces, which will summon 5 of them. So, like I said, with any Secret Dungeon Hall of Heroes, go ahead and run it once and get you at least one. If you can, do it at least, get you at least one. Let's go look at what that person has here. Alright, so the Light Undine is hiding in here somewhere. Somewhere in the list. There's a Light Undine somewhere in here. I was looking for him at lunch, where I was looking for her at lunch. I actually looked right there. She is. Alright, so Icasha, or Icasha, however you want to say her name. There she is. So her skills are attacks an enemy with a small ray of light, removing a beneficial effect on the target if the attack lands as a critical hit. So if it's a critical hit, it removes beneficial effect. I have read in several places and heard several people say this. It removes all beneficial effects. So not just one, it'll remove all of them. So if they've got an attack buff, defense buff, invincibility, and immunity, this will strip all of them if it hits a critical. So keep that in mind. Let's see, second skill. Inflicts damage on an enemy with a strong shock and puts the target skills on cooldown. More than likely it's going to be a 1-turn cooldown. So so if they got 2 turns before the move is available, it'll make it 3 turns. If the move is available, they're probably going to make it so they got 1 more turn to go before it's available. So, third move. Removes up to 2 harmful effects on the ally target and makes the target invincible for 3 turns. Makes the target invincible for 3 turns. Means this target cannot die for 3 turns. They can't hurt it. I don't think the dots actually do any effect through it. So it's definitely going to be an interesting character. Interesting move. Her leader skill increases the defense of allied monsters with light attribute by 40%. I think that's all the Undines. It's all for their element. Gets a 40% defense increase. Looks like it. Yeah, they're all that. Okay. So like I said, I think she could be usable. More likely going to be in like a PvP scenario, such as guild battles, arena, or the live arena, or world arena as it's called. Not live arena no more. It's world arena. Could probably use there. If she's kind of fat, she's got a low speed, so it's only 96. So if she's got put enough speed on, so she goes first, she could actually put a invincibility, put that 3-turn invincibility on your nuker, so your nuker doesn't die. So your nuker can't be killed. Now, if they got a Bella, or they got a Light Undine on their team, or someone who strips beneficial effects on their team, that could, come back to haunt you. You may be planning on that and not realize that person that monster can strip beneficial effects. So that's the best use I can see for her. Like I said she strips beneficial effects if it crits. So if you got enough crit rate on her, I probably wouldn't put crit rate for the slot 4. I probably wouldn't, because she is a support monster. So crit rate for a slot 4 rune is probably be a good idea. If you get some good crit rate substats on her, maybe like 60 to 75% crit rate, like you would do a normal nuker maybe. Probably wouldn't be a bad thing. Because I said that don't remove beneficial effects from the enemy team, or at least from one of them anyway. Also, that second skill, like I said, it puts a target skill on cooldown. If you got Theo on the other team, and you hit Theo with that move, but actually, I'm actually using Delphoy. I use Delphoy for this. I put Theo's skills on cooldown, and then just knock the crap out of him with copper. 9 times out of 10, it's a one-hit wonder. Theo's gone and out of the way. So you can use it, but of course with her being a light, you guys also got Perna. You've got any other five elements. She's going to be effective against. There's not a glancing chance with her, like you would if I was using the Undine against Perna. Her being wind and Perna being fire, there's a chance she's going to glance, and it may not hit. It may not cool down. So like I said, with her, you've got a chance to cool it down. So she may not be able to revive. Put that So if she's almost dead, hit her with that, put it on cooldown. Next person hit Perna. Perna's dead, doesn't revive. So she's going to be kind of a niche monster, I would think. I said you probably could put a lot of speed on her and have her go first, or go right behind Bernard maybe, and have her, put that invincibility on your AoE nuker. That would probably be, that might be where I use her at most of the time if I build her. I know I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna keep one. So I will probably build one eventually. But I said that's probably where you're gonna be using her at. It's gonna be a niche monster more than likely is what she is. But she's got some uses, so she's not a useless monster. She just has very few uses. So like I said before, get one. It doesn't hurt to have one. Maybe she gets a buff later. This third skill has an 8-turn cooldown, so on max skill it actually goes down to 6 turns. So if she does get a buff later, they may actually make that a 6-turn cooldown when it's max skilled. So there's a chance, she gets a buff later. The 8-turn cooldown is kind of 6-turn cooldown max skilled is a little high, I think. So if she can get like one more turn cooldown, so she could. And like I said, if the removes other 2 harmful effects on the allied target was the actual removes the 2 harmful effects on all targets, that would be great. She might actually be usable in raids. None of the other moves are actually going to be any use in raids, unfortunately. So that'd be the only thing she'd be good for. So, but if it, but that said, that in target invincible, it would have to be only one monster. So you would target one and cleanse the benefit effects from everybody. So one person gets invincible, everybody else gets cleansed. That would be a nice move to do. But like I said, this is only one target. It's only one person. It's only up to 2 harmful effects. So, like I said, she's going to be a niche monster. Like I said, there's going to be places where you could use her at Perna, Theo, put those revives on cooldown before you actually go in for that last hit. But like I said, get you one. I'm going to keep one myself. I may use the others for scaling up my Delphoy, because I do use her a lot for guild battles as well. So I said, Icasha could probably be a guild battles, arena, world arena. That's probably where she'll be used at. Now on to, if you're actually going to go through the Hall of Heroes, I said Icasha is more likely going to be the last monster on the wave. So It's a good chance one of the first 3 elements will be the first 2 waves. So, fire. What do they got here? Fire's got attacks an enemy. The Undines are actually, the monsters actually, their first skill is the same, but it does something different. Let's see. The fire attacks the enemy with a small flame, inflicting continuous damage for 3 turns. If it lands as a critical hit. They all got to land as a critical hit for their buff. But she does an actual dot. So it continues damage for 3 turns. Attacks all enemies with a fire pillar and disrupts their HP recovery for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Additionally, this attack will heal an ally with the lowest HP by 25%. And evenly matches the percentage of HP of all allies. Additionally, all allies recover 15% of their HP. So, whichever wave has the fire, she's going to be healing. And she's going to be heal blocking. So she's got an AoE. Yeah, she's got 1 AoE that's going to be heal blocking. It's also going to heal somebody on the team. Just got one that evens out the HP of everybody and recovers HP. So you may want to try to do some heal blocking with her. Maybe keep some heal blocking on your team when you go in. So depending on whichever wave she's at. Let's see, the water one. Attacks the enemy with a small piece of ice, freezing the target if the attack lands as a critical hit. So she's got just to freeze a monster. Let's see here. Attacks all enemies with a burst of water pillar and increases their chance of glancing for 2 turns with 50% chance. Additionally, this attack will heal an ally with the lowest HP by 25%. So she's going to put glancing on the team. So she's going to put glancing on your team, and she's going to heal somebody. Revives a dead ally with 40% HP. If this skill is used on yourself, you receive a soul protection for 3 turns. So she actually can revive an enemy on that wave with her that's going to die. So more or less probably going to be 3. Is there 3 of them? Yeah. There'll be probably 3 of these Undines and probably 2 fire monsters, I'm thinking, maybe. So she's going to be able to revive somebody if somebody dies. So if you knock out 2 of the other Makines, she might revive one of them back. And that one's got a chance to revive the other one. So you got some revive situations going on whichever wave she appears on. Let's see. The wind one. Attacks an enemy with a small lightning, decreasing its attack speed for 2 turns if it lands as a critical hit. So she's going to slow somebody down. Inflicts damage on an enemy with a strong shock and puts the target skills on cooldown. So she's going to cool down somebody's moves, whoever she hits with that. And this is what I really like about her. Removes all harmful effects on all allies. All harmful effects on all allies. Also grants immunity for 2 turns and recovers 20% of their HP. So she's going to cleanse debuffs, give them immunity, and heal them. So whichever wave she's on, she's going to be a bit of a challenge there. Also, knowing the AI, all 3 of those Delphoids may actually use their Spirit's Blessing one behind the other. There's a chance of it. But keep that in mind. So you got to deal with, so far with the first ones, you've got healing and heal blocking. You got reviving and freezing. You got slows, you got skill cooldowns, and you got immunity. So these waves are going to be a challenge. All right, so the dark one more than likely is going to be paired up with a light monster, as they usually are. And so far with the Hall of Heroes, Come to Us really likes that light Anubis. So there's a chance the light Anubis will appear with the Dark Undine. Let's see. Attacks with a small lump of darkness and increases the chances of an enemy landing a glancing hit for 2 turns if you get a critical hit. So we got a single target glancing move. Attacks all enemies with a dark pillar and decreases the attack bar by 30% with a 50% chance. Additionally, this attack will heal an ally with the lowest HP by 25%. So she's going to be decreasing your attack bar. She's going to hit everybody. Is that everybody? Yeah. She's going to hit all enemies. She's going to hit all of your team and decrease the attack bar. So be prepared for that. Revives a dead ally to return with a low HP, but at a full attack bar. So she can revive somebody. They're going to have low health. So she'll revive somebody, and they'll have a full attack bar, so they'll get to go pretty much almost immediately. Depending upon where your attack bar and their attack bars are whenever they get revived, of course. So keep that in mind. You have to deal with. You got a couple of revivers in here. You got some immunity. All of them have a healing capability, so they're all going to be healing the team or healing somebody. So these are all going to be heal blocking. Some kind of heal block. If you got someone who hits hard heal blocks, might not be a bad idea to bring along with you on this team. Or if you can go through it pretty quickly, just blast through it, you might be able to take them out before they do any healing. So I said with these monsters, they've all got healing moves. So you're going to want to be prepared for that whenever you do go to attack this Hall of Heroes. So, but I believe that's going to be it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will answer them as soon as I see them, and to the best of my ability as well. Some stuff I may know, may not know. But if you like this video, hit the like button. Of course, hit the subscribe as well if you want to see some more. Because I try to do these videos. Usually try to hit these videos up before the events happen, so at least you get a heads up on them. So until next time, have fun. Later.